Beef brisket recipe. Here is a simple recipe to get you started. Ingredients. 1 beef brisket, about 4 to 6 pounds. 2 tablespoons kosher salt. 2 tablespoons black pepper. 2 tablespoons paprika. 2 tablespoons garlic powder. 2 tablespoons onion powder. 1 tablespoon brown sugar. 1 cup beef broth. Instructions. 1. Preheat your oven to 325 degrees Fahrenheit, 165 degrees Celsius. 2. Mix the kosher salt, black pepper, paprika, garlic powder, onion powder, and brown sugar together in a small bowl to create a rub for the brisket. 3. Rub the seasoning mix all over the brisket, making sure to cover all sides evenly. 4. Place the brisket in a roasting pan or Dutch oven and pour the beef broth over it. 5. Cover the pan with foil or a tight-fitting lid and cook the brisket in the oven for 3 to 4 hours or until it reaches an internal temperature of 195 degrees Fahrenheit, 90 degrees Celsius. 6. Remove the pan from the oven and let the brisket rest for 15 to 20 minutes before slicing and serving. 7. Note, if you have a smoker, you can also smoke the brisket instead of cooking it in the oven. 7. Follow the same seasoning and cooking instructions, but cook the brisket over low heat in your smoker for 10 to 12 hours until it's tender and juicy. Beef brisket equipment basics for every home cook. Making a delicious beef brisket requires a few pieces of equipment that every home cook should have. Whether you're planning to smoke your brisket or cook it in the oven, having the right tools and equipment will help you achieve the best results. Here are some equipment basics you should consider when making beef brisket at home. Smoker or oven. One of the most important pieces of equipment you'll need is a smoker or oven. While you can cook brisket in an oven, a smoker will give your meat that authentic smoky flavor and bark that's so characteristic of barbecue. If you don't have a smoker, you can still get great results by cooking your brisket low and slow in the oven. Meat thermometer. Another crucial tool for cooking brisket is a meat thermometer. This will help you monitor the internal temperature of the meat to ensure that it's cooked to the right temperature and is safe to eat. For brisket, you want to aim for an internal temperature of 195 degrees Fahrenheit, 90 degrees Celsius, for optimal tenderness. Wood chips. If you're using a smoker, you'll need to have a supply of wood chips. Different types of wood will give your brisket different flavors, so experiment with different varieties to find the one you like best. Hickory, mesquite, and oak are all popular choices for smoking brisket. Rubs and seasonings. A good beef rub is key to giving your brisket flavor and texture. You can either make your own rub at home using a combination of spices, or you can buy a pre-made rub from the store. Some popular spices to use in a beef rub include kosher salt, black pepper, paprika, garlic powder, onion powder, and brown sugar. Aluminum foil or butcher paper. When cooking brisket, it's important to keep it moist and tender. One way to do this is to wrap it in aluminum foil or butcher paper during the cooking process. This helps to trap in the moisture and prevent the meat from drying out. Wrapping the brisket also helps to create a more even cook and helps to break down the connective tissues for optimal tenderness. Tongs and heat-resistant gloves. When handling a hot brisket, it's important to have the right tools to avoid burning yourself. Tongs and heat-resistant gloves are essential for handling the meat and moving it around in the smoker or oven. Cutting board and sharp knife. Once your brisket is cooked, you'll need to slice it up for serving. A good cutting board and a sharp knife are important for achieving clean, even slices. It's also important to let the brisket rest for at least 15 to 20 minutes before slicing to allow the juices to redistribute throughout the meat. In conclusion, making a delicious beef brisket requires a few key pieces of equipment. Whether you're using a smoker or oven, having a meat thermometer, wood chips, rubs and seasonings, aluminum foil or butcher paper, tongs, heat-resistant gloves, and a cutting board and sharp knife are all essential for achieving the best results. With these equipment basics, you'll be on your way to making mouth-watering brisket at home.